Put on your running shoes and get ready to race. The Woodstock 5K starts bright and early tomorrow morning.
Classic summertime weather for the next several days across East Alabama. We'll have the forecast for the weekend and beyond coming up.
Coming up in sports, we'll talk Viper softball and we'll check in with the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Good evening, and thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News for Friday, August 4th, 2023. I'm Mike Steddum.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
The oldest foot race in the Southeast, the Woodstock 5K, gets underway Saturday morning at 7:30 in front of Anniston High School. More than 1,200 runners and walkers from across the region are expected to participate in this race, which is sponsored every year by the Anniston Runners Club. In conjunction with this race, several roads in East Anniston will be closed Saturday morning to make way for the runners. The city plans to close those streets at 7 Saturday morning and keep them blocked off during the race itself. Some of the streets affected by these closures include Christine, Layton, Rocky Hollow, East 11th Street, East 22nd Street, and Davis Avenue. The race should be over around 10 o'clock and the roads will be reopened at that time.
This week closed one chapter of the Anniston Police Department's Youth Explorer and Service Program. The 8-week Yes summer curriculum ended with a fun outing of bowling. These students have worked all summer and learned skills that will aid them in many aspects of life. As this chapter closes, they begin the next phase. Their APD mentors will stay in contact with them throughout the school year, and they will periodically still come to the department for events, ride-alongs, and other activities. If your child would like to participate in this program moving forward, you can contact Lieutenant Lloyd at 256-250-4050 or bloyd@annistonal.gov.
The Jacksonville Fire Department has partnered with Get Alarmed Alabama, a state program that provides free smoke alerts for residents. Alabama residents are twice as likely to die as a result of fire, according to the Alabama Fire College. One way to help prevent those deaths is getting fire alarms into houses, and that's just as simple as calling Jacksonville Fire Marshal Rodney Ball at 256-782-3856 or by emailing rodney.ball@jacksfire.org.
When we come back, we'll tell you about a special safety program scheduled for later this month.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Tyrone Davis, emergency manager from the Calhoun County EMA, will talk about emergency preparedness at this month's Community Health Series event at the Oxford Civic Center. The group will also have speakers from local first responders, including EMS, fire, and police. Davis got his start at the Calhoun County EMA as an intern while finishing his master's degree at JSU. The program starts at 1 p.m. on August 22nd.
Jacksonville school officials will be making some changes in the traffic flow around the high school for this fall in order to clear up some confusion around the campus and the traffic and the parking. From now on, the only student drop-off pickup area is the one that is on the back side of the campus between the main gym and the lunchroom. All student parking is now located on the southwest side of campus behind the main gym. All faculty and staff parking is now located on the east side of the campus between the main building and the football stadium. The front parking area on the north side of the campus, near the entrance at the main building, is handicap and visitor parking only. There should be no one lining up on campus waiting to pick up a student from Kiddystone Elementary School, because that causes congestion in the traffic that's getting on and off the high school campus. When we get back, we'll tell you about another back-to-school bash that's being planned for a local school system.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
The Jacksonville Parks and Recreation Department is planning a back-to-school bash on the square for Saturday, August 19th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Admission is free. Activities and games will be available for kids and adults alike.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
And for some folks, a lot of fun. We've got earlier in the newscast, we heard about the Woodstock 5K. That running is fun for lots of people.
And people usually like no rain while they run.
Yes.
So why don't we go over to the EAN Weather Center, where John Holder just happens to be standing by.
Yes, that's right.
And ask him, are they going to need rain gear for this race tomorrow?
Mike and Katie, the Woodstock 5K tomorrow, a huge event. And I think early in the morning tomorrow, we're going to be rain-free. I think the rainfall holds off until the afternoon. We'll take a look at the complete forecast details for Saturday and beyond coming up next.
Well, my name's Mike Craven, and we recently purchased an open carport, metal carport from Waldrop Manufacturing. I have an extra car. We have a very small home, very small driveway. And I needed somewhere just to park another vehicle, just out of the weather. And I had been told by 2 or 3 friends that knew we had recently remodeled a home that Waldrops were the people that you need to go talk to. I was in that area one day and I thought, hey, I'll just stop in, and I did without calling, and greeted warmly, well taken care of. It was just, really the whole process was just good from day one.
We began this morning with a lot of showers and thunderstorms, clouds and so forth this morning, and that was hanging around all day long pretty much until about the middle of the afternoon. That allowed temperatures to basically stay way below normal for this time of year. 85 for the high today, about 5 degrees below the average. The low at 71, record high temperature 103, the record low 54. Sunrise tomorrow at 2 minutes before the hour of 6 o'clock, and the sun setting tonight at 7:41 as the days just continue to get a little bit shorter with each passing day. Weather on your street as we look at your Friday night. Going to take out to Eagle Crest Boulevard and Eagles Landing in Jacksonville. There by the high school, showers fading away tonight. 70 for the low. Should be, all in all, a pretty pleasant evening in Jacksonville tonight in Eagles Landing. Coming up on your Saturday, I think the first part of the day is going to be okay, but as we move into the afternoon hours on Cherry Circle in the Golden Springs area of Anniston, a few afternoon storms. Chance of rain tomorrow about 50-50. Away from those storms, going to be hot again, 91 with high relative humidity and dew point values. And as we look ahead to next week, school started for a lot of folks this week, but it starts for a lot more folks next week. And we're going to be looking at mostly 90s, classic summer weather out on Tillman Avenue. That's right in the shadow of Walter Welborn High School and Elementary School. And so just get ready, even though we're beginning school, for classic summer weather, sunshine, afternoon storms, temperatures mostly in the 90s next week out at Welborn. 7-day forecast. Again, we're going to broad brush from about 30 to 50% of the rain chances every day from tomorrow all the way through the week next week. Nighttime lows will be in the lower 70s. We have a couple of days in there where we might just hold in the upper 80s, around 88 or 89 degrees, something like that around the middle of next week. Could have a couple of mornings next week where we cool off to the upper 60s, but those are very minimal changes. For the most part, we're going to be around 90 and 70 for highs and lows, with about a 40% chance of an afternoon, early evening scattered shower or thunderstorm with the heating of the day. That's the forecast in summertime in Alabama, and that's the forecast for next week. Tremendous amounts of rainfall, mainly in the wee hours of the morning today. Here in East Alabama, here in Calhoun and Cleburne counties, most of our rainfall amounts were about ½ an inch to 1.5 inches. The average maybe about 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rainfall. But right over here from the eastern part of Coleman County down through Blount County into northern Talladega County, that included a big chunk of St. Clair County as well, water rescues, tremendous flooding. In a short amount of time in the pre-dawn hours this morning, they had close to 7 inches of rainfall in parts of Blount County and also along the Blount-St. Clair County line. We did not have that. That stayed over about 40 miles to the west of us. For us here in East Alabama, we got some much needed rainfall, but no flooding issues here in East Alabama. Coming up in sports, Chase Robinson going to talk some Viper softball. Chase?
Thanks, John. Last night was the final road game of the season for the Vipers softball team, and they ended the road season the right way. The Vipers put it on the Pride down in Florida 6-0 last night. The Vipers broke their 7-game losing streak with a win. The team will come home this weekend for the final regular season series against the Pride. You can catch the series beginning tomorrow night at Choccolocco Park. The women's professional fast pitch semifinals and finals will be held next week at Choccolocco Park. Tomorrow morning, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks will take the field for their first preseason scrimmage of fall camp. This will be the first of 2 scrimmages for the Gamecocks as they get ready for their Week 0 opener with Utah. This will give Coach Rich Rod a chance to see some of the new guys perform, but he also talks about how he's looking to see how the veterans execute.
It's really just execution. I mean, playing hard, I don't want to say that's a given, but that expectation will always be there. But the execution of it, even with some of our veteran players, we're missing some stuff offensively, defensively. We're having a few busts that we shouldn't have, but I think I want them to have some fun. The coaches will still coach, but when we go the full scrimmage, we'll be hands off a lot more and just to see what they can do and understanding our plays.
One position group that has some strong returners and one of the important groups in Rich Rod's offense is the running backs. The Gamecocks have 7 running backs listed on the roster, and Rich Rod wants to be able to play as many as he can.
We have personnel groups where we play 2 at the same time and maybe even get to a point where we play 3. But you got to have 3 that are good enough to win with. And I think we get there, and we're not there right now, but I think by the time the first game gets there, we'll have at least 3, maybe 4 that we're ready to go with. Juwan's going to be a good player for us. We've got, I think with Jaywan and Ronnie and Anwar when he comes back, and we've got, Malik Jackson as well. We've got a pretty good stable of running backs, and I feel pretty good there. I wouldn't mind being able to play 5, and so we're still looking for that.
We continue our high school football previews, and today we're going to talk some Anniston Bulldogs football. The Anniston Bulldogs under new leadership with Rico Jackson heading into his first year with the Bulldogs. As Jackson takes over the program at Anniston, he sees buy-in from the players and the community, which is important to be successful.
Initially, when you come in, there's always skepticism, but I feel like when they get to know me and the community gets to know me and what I bring, they tend to understand. And I know that I feel no pressure because I know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And we feel like we have a chance to be successful, not just on the field, that's obvious, but as far as their growth as young men.
The Bulldogs went through spring training and had a chance to compete at some 7-on-7s this summer, and Jackson has worked with the team. One thing that stands out to him is they are athletic, but also that they are very knowledgeable of the game.
A lot of athletes, but not only that, and I love the athletic word, but sometimes they can get miscued or misconstrued as not being able to think or process information, and our kids can do that. They're very smart on and off the field. I continue to promote that. We're going to be well coached. We're going to be where we're supposed to be, and so I would say their football knowledge has really impressed me this summer.
The Anniston Bulldogs will open the season on August 25th as they host the Wellborn Panthers. And that's it for sports. Let's send it back over to Katie and Mike.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News.
You can find us here online every weekday evening starting around 6:30 on either Facebook or YouTube. Just go to our video feed, watch the news whenever it's convenient for you. We're working hard to build our audience, and you can help us by liking and sharing these newscasts.
Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday for your news on your schedule.